Oh, welcome back. Time constraints and setbacks on project builds. I'm sure everybody can relate. Couple minor setbacks here. Piecemeal 67 Belvedere. As you can see, it is still not painted. It is not in primer yet. I'm still working on body work and cleaning it up. Unfortunately, body work is not my forte. I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 times more. But anyway, time constraint. I mean, mostly if you've got projects like this, you want them done by a certain time. Expect if you're doing something you think it's going to take a day, figure on a week. If you think it's going to take a week, figure on a month. That's just how it works. I don't know why it works like that or how or what, who, what, where, when, why, but that's just how it works. If you think it's going to take a day, figure on a week. If you think it's going to take a week, figure on a month. I was hoping last weekend to have this in primer. Didn't work, so I was hoping this past weekend we just had now, I was hoping to have it in primer. That didn't work as well. I don't work with a TV budget. I don't work with TV time. This is kind of real life build. You're getting it as I'm doing it, I'm not doing it and it's sitting on my phone for 6 months, until I get it out there for you. It doesn't work that way. As I do it, you're getting it. So we're slowly getting there. I'll clip in the pictures. I know I did the post about how bad the front fenders were here. That side was bad, slowed me up for a little bit. And this side was actually worse. I forgot that it was worse until I went sanding it down a little bit, and then there's some crappy Bondo in there, and got to get that out of there and put some better stuff in and check the steel, and a bunch of rust. I still have a little bit of smoothing I got to do right here. I have a low spot right here. So I got a little bit on this little front corner here, and I got to finish up at the bottom. And then the cowl here, this took me a little while. This little vent ridge here, they were kind of playing problematic with me. I was having a good old time with that. But we're getting there slowly but surely. So now I'm hoping this weekend, by this weekend, end of this weekend, the car will be in primer. That's my goal. I know I should add another week to it, but I'm going to try to stay optimistic this weekend. This week I should be able to get this fender wrapped up. Like I said, I got a little bit right up top here to do. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not trying to make it perfect because I know either way, these fenders are pretty shot. They're pretty shabby. I finish up, clean up this door, that door. The rear quarter should be good on this. The quarter should smooth out pretty easily. I have the rear rocker on this side that, once again, it was an old patch. I got to grind it off, see what I got, smooth it out from there. If I got to weld any steel and whatnot, I'll take care of that. And then I got to pull all the wiring out, the battery tray, clean up a little bit of here at my shock towers so I can sand all this down. I got to pull this front piece off. The tractor caught right here. That corner was already tweaked a little bit, so I got to clean those up. I got to straighten that out. Hopefully by this weekend here I'll get her done. I don't know. Now they're calling for rain, so that's kind of hit and miss. I don't have a booth. I'm in a barn, so I'm gonna do what I can. But you got to expect to run into these little problems with any project you're doing. When I was working on the old man's truck there, Christine, the 91 Dodge. That had its own fair share of problems. And that set me back. I mean, it takes time. I haven't worked on that in a little bit. It's been sitting over there. Pops isn't quite ready for it yet, so that just kind of just went to the back burner there. A couple of things I got to finish up on it to get that done and get that over to him, but got to get piecemeal and some paint, which once I get it smooth and get the primer on, let it sit a day or two for any kind of shrinkage that the primer will have, and then just gotta finish going over it with I think it's 600 grit, something like that, whatever I got back there. I'll just knock that down, 600 grit or whatever it is, and shoot the color on it, and it should be good to go. But I'm getting there slowly but surely. I got to do the hood too. The hood's over there, but hood should smooth out pretty easy. I shouldn't have too much of an issue with that. I think I got to pull the front trim lip off. But in the meantime, you know, I've been amassing some parts. You know, I have got a new radiator, probably a little bigger than what I need. I think it's at least a 3-core. Well, where's that light at? I think it's in my back pocket. Well, it's either a 3-core or a 4-core. It's used. I got it up at Carlisle the other week. Supposed to bolt right in. Well, naturally, a lot of people up there, you know, just, I didn't have a tape measure with me. I wasn't going around measuring anything. Supposed to fit. Doesn't quite fit, but we're going to make it fit. I'm actually going to have to bolt the hood back on here just so I could set this in here and see exactly where it's going to place out. I'm going to have to do some new holes, and I don't think I'm going to trim any of the steel to open up the opening, because I think I'll have a large enough surface area there. It's going to work, even if 2 inches on each side is sitting behind the radiator support here. We'll make it work. And pick up my intake. It's pretty much what I wanted for the most part. I actually wanted like an air gap style, like a single plane, just because in case if I do anything wild with it later on down the road, single plane will work better. But I wanted like an air gap single plane. That's not an air gap style. That's actually an oldish. I don't know when they stopped making it. It's a Holly Street Dominator. But I know they make different ones. And this one's the one that's made actually for thermoquad. That's why you can see that in here in the intake. Whoa, yeah, drop it on a fender, dummy. And I'll be smoothing out our area. That these were opened up, which I'm not too concerned about, because most likely I'm going to have a 1-inch spacer on this anyway. And then we'll clean a little bit of cleanup work on the ports. Surprisingly, this has never been touched. Man, whoever had this previously there, they really like their silicone. At least they use the Permatex gray stuff. They use the right stuff for it, but use quite a bit of it. I don't think they had a gasket on. I think they just used the gray Permatex. But we'll actually put a gasket on it. Like I said, we're going to clean up the ports a little bit. And we'll get it right. I see it's got a heat crossover. Not sure yet if I'm going to block that off. I'm probably going to block off the heat crossover, but I'll probably do it on the heads. So that way, even if I end up swapping intake manifolds at some point, I don't have to reblock off on the intake manifold. It's already done on the heads. We'll figure that out when we rip apart the motors, as you saw. Now I have another 318, so that's two 318s. And still got to decode the tranny there. It's a 904 case, but now whether it's a, what is it, a 998 or 999, which is, I guess, on the clutch pack in there, if it's a straight 904, it would have 3 plates. If it's a 998, I believe it would have 4, and a 999 would have 5. Once I pull it out, I clean it up. I'll be able to decode exactly what that is. Tranny should be all right, so we're probably just going to put new seals in it and throw a shift kit in it. That way, shift kits, I think, are well worth the money. You know, you want it a little snappier on the shifts, no matter what you drive. Less wear and tear on the bands, on the clutch pack in there. But like I said, if you figure on a day, plan on a week. You know, same thing. A week turns into a month. A month can turn into a year. You know, it takes time when you're doing this stuff. That's a big thing there, because I mean, you're running into obstacles that you weren't expecting. I have a little ding up here I have to take care of. I completely forgot about it. Right up here, right behind the wiper arm. Oh, either it must have been one heck of a rock chip or something. But it's got a nice little ding there. I can't really pull it out. I guess I probably could if I got out the stud welder and use the old slide hammer, but we'll see. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I got to finish the fender up first, which is not building a show car here. I'll be building a driver. So I think I decided on a rear. Gotta go get one. I'm gonna get an 8 1/4 for it. Not gonna be putting enough power down or anything to even justify an 8 3/4. So we're gonna go with an 8 1/4. Still gotta get another K-frame for the front here. V8 K-frame. I really don't want to strip parts off of the satellite in there and have to replace the parts. You know, even though, yeah, I'm kind of swapping. This was slant 6 automatic and 7 1/4 rear, and I'm swapping her around. I don't want to go parting on that car. Plus, we're already kind of almost going to be halfway there, because I still got to do the strut rod bushings and lower ball joints. I don't want to mess with the slant 6 K-frame here. I mean, I have the capability. I could cut these mounts out and re-weld in new plates and keep the same K-frame. Not ruling it out at this time, but because I know people sell them. Plus, I know where one's at. I just got to go rip it apart, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea if I went and ripped it apart, because then I can get the VA torsion bars. But we'll see. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But anyway, I think that's it. That's all I got for you today. So just wanted to give you an update. So that's all I got for you today. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.